Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Single bottle, never stop it. So the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in the...
Welcome to another edition of Bengals and Brews. Who's got feedback?
Well, is it me? Nope. No. Oh, maybe it is.
But I'm joined by... Yeah, that's going to be annoying. Let me see. Mute pork chop for a minute. Nope. Doesn't seem to be pork chop. Greg? Everyone is muted now. Try one at a time. All right, Dusty's back on. Dusty, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm good.
I heard this back there. It wasn't me, right?
All right, how about now? All right, so it's Greg. All right, Greg, come back.
Oh, it was Greg?
Yeah.
Well, I figured because we were chatting before the thing started and there was no feedback.
Yeah, process of elimination there, too.
There you
Brought
go.
everybody back one at a time, and then...
That's what we do, man.
Hooday to everybody in the chat. Hooday. What is up? We are going to talk some O-line today. Also going to talk some events from over the weekend that some of these guys were lucky to go to. Some of us not so lucky to go to.
That's right.
And then
You just got to move closer to the city.
Yeah. Also talk a little Ring of Honor since that list came out today. So let's just start with we'll go with Greg and Pork Chop because you boys had some fun on Friday. That's why you weren't able to join the show. So you were able to meet up with a few guys at an event at the Holy Grail. Tell us about that, Greg, and then Pork Chop, you can chime in with him on that whenever you want as well.
Well, the thing of it is, I mean, I knew it was going to be crowded because when I saw the Reds were playing the Yankees, I had people tell me, oh, Greg, it's not going to be that crowded. Dude, I got there 2 hours early, Yankee fans all over the freaking area, man, just swarming with Yankee fans. And I think the game sold out, so I was just so grateful to get there early. I had to make sure to get a table as close as I could, and it's worth the 2 hour wait. You know, when Pork Chop came, he had to save my seat because I was in a rush. I had my sunglasses on. I'm like, oh, crap, I got to go back to my car and get my glasses and all that.
He couldn't see.
Yeah, I could see. Just it's hard seeing inside when it's a little dark and all that.
I got out of the shower and I put my socks on and I get a text from Greg like, what time are you getting down here? And it's like fucking 2 o'clock. They get there at 4. And I'm just getting ready. Greg's like, well, I got us a seat. And I'm like, well, shit, I can't leave my boys sit down there. So I fucking hurried up, put my socks on.
So, yeah, man, you know, you got down there and Teddy, Cincy Hat got there. Matt from Cincy Hat, nice as could be, his parents were there. They were setting up. And another cool thing is, like, when Teddy Karras came, one of the nicest guys ever. I
he
swear.
Showed up at 3 o'clock, too.
He showed up at 3 o'clock to chat with people and all that. You know, I was talking to his buddy Matt. He's like, hey, you want a picture with him? And, I mean, Teddy K was just taking pictures with everybody. Then Volson, I don't think we were expecting Volson. We knew Orlando Brown was coming, but we did not expect Volson. No. Volson showed up. He was nice. You know, Orlando Brown came up, remembered old Pork Chop here, remembered both of us.
As soon as he came in the back, he saw me, and he was like, hey, what's up, Pork Chop? I was like, man, now what am I going to do with this giant fucking boner? I can't even stand up the whole time.
Exactly, man, exactly. So, like I said, when they started giving out the hats, I mean, hats were going one by one, weren't they, Pork Chop? I mean, they ended up selling.
Yeah, there was a fucking line out the door.
I mean, how many? Oh, my God, dude. It was just crazy. But like I say, Dale, literally, I was just getting ready to leave the house. When I ordered my Brew shirt, I swear to God to you, it said it's in Texas. I'm like, well, screw this. It ain't going to get here the next day. Right when I was getting out of the house, I see this little package laying on the side. I'm like, oh, hell no. I ripped it open. I'm like, change the plans quickly and all that. Thank God, Dale. good timing is all I can tell you. Yeah, there you go, pork chop.
Me and my best friend signed it for me right there. You can see.
So Dale, talk about like the last second it came in, man, and I represented that proudly, man. And Teddy K, by the way, did say he got that in, and he says he got that in. I don't know if Volson and Brown got theirs, but Teddy K definitely said he got his.
Yeah, we were just sending those out. I assume Joe got theirs sent out.
Yeah.
Over the weekend. If not,
listen, all three of those guys too, man. Volson, Brown, and Karras, they stayed down there. I'll bet you Karras was there for at least 6 hours.
Oh yeah,
no, they were there until about the Reds game ended.
You know, so Dale, if I had like 20 items to get signed, Pork Chop didn't. I probably could have gotten them all signed if I wanted to. I mean, they were just so nice. They were with a couple people. They were as nice as could be to everybody. Each and every one of them, just as friendly as could be. I mean, they're just. I mean, these are guys you are just happy that are on this team. I mean, not only great players, but just great people too.
And they get along. I mean, those guys, like Greg said, Cordell wasn't even invited to the thing. You know what I mean?
No.
He just showed up to support his boys.
No, exactly. Like I said, each and every one of them just as nice as could be.
Yeah, it seemed like a great event. You guys just kept getting pictures with them. You know, it's like you got a picture with Ted and your picture with all of them.
Greg's like, I want to get a picture with all of them. You think that's bad? I keep bugging him, and I was like, just go get your fucking picture, Greg.
Yeah, he's like, just shut up and go and all that. But I had my Cincy hat, Dale, my orange Cincy hat. I'm like, if I get this signed, I got to get another one. I'm like, screw it, I have to get this signed, man. I can't. And like Pork Chop's like, Greg, just shut up and go do it. I'm
just
like,
go get a fucking sign. He's like, I don't want to ask him to sign something else. I said, just go get the motherfucker signed.
But like I say, shout out to Cincy Hat. I mean, Matt from Cincy Hat, the amazing job he's done with that, and his parents who are just as nice as could be. If you ever get a chance to meet Matt from Cincy Hat, one of the nicest people you'd ever meet. I mean,
you should see them two fuckers standing next to each other, fucking Matt and fucking Teddy.
Well, Dale, so Dale, you saw me. I had my picture at an angle. You saw Volson, man. Me standing up tall, you could still see his face and all that, man. So
you remember Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome?
Yeah,
that's what the two of them looked like, Master Blaster.
Yeah.
Fucking Teddy K.
No, Strawberry. So I was texting Strawberry. Strawberry's like, I won't make it till later. I'm like, oh man, Strawberry's probably not going to make it and all that and stuff. And dude, he got there just in time.
He's not. Yeah.
I'm just listening.
We're just thinking in the stories.
Right, and Cap was there. Cap hung out with Cap too, and all that. He was happy to be there. Like I say, everybody that was there.
Well, the real cocksucker was Trinapool, the Iceman.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Iceman.
He came in late as hell and still sneaking his way in there, getting pictures with all of them.
No. Iceman was just all fired up and all that, man. And so there was like 10 heads left, and Teddy K said to Iceman, "If you buy all 10 of these, I'll come on your show 4 times and all that and stuff."
Should have done it.
He should have done it. Iceman, you had your chance, bro.
That motherfucker got money flowing out his ass.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm like, I kept calling Ice. Do you want me to save your spot? Because I have people asking me left and right, man. You know, he's like, just don't worry. But I thought Iceman was not going to get. But like I said, even after like Pork Chop, like not 70 or 80% of the people left, they were all still there. I mean, like I said, man, just good guys in general. They are.
It was nice though that those three got to sit down and for a while there and just bullshit. And nobody was really over there bugging the shit out of them.
Exactly.
It was nice.
Exactly. I mean, Teddy Karras, man, was just firing up everybody there. You would have thought Teddy Karras was a Cincinnati kid growing up or something. I mean,
it basically is. He grew up right there in Indianapolis.
Right.
Yeah, he's not far away.
Yeah, but like he just has so much love for the city of Cincinnati. It's just so unbelievable. Well, funny thing about Jeff is one of Jeff's in-laws is an Eagles fan. He's like, oh, wait, that's right. Orlando Brown was with the Chiefs. What did he say to Orlando Brown or something and all that?
I don't remember what he said.
I forget what it was.
It took me a while, man. I even noticed the guy had an Eagles hat on.
Right. He said something funny. He's like, I think he said something like, we should have won that game. But Orlando Brown was just, he thought it was, Orlando Brown thought it was funny and all that and stuff. And he got his picture with him. Like I said, Orlando Brown, like I said, after me, he was the same person. He was the same person me and Pork Chop met that one time. Just such a good guy with everybody.
Yeah. Dusty, you want to ask these two superstars a question?
Yeah, we're ready to field questions now.
Yeah. No, I'm happy for you guys, man. That's awesome. If I didn't have work that day, I probably would try to make the trip down, but it is what it is. But glad you guys have fun. Super good to hear that they're nice people. Like that makes it a lot easier to be fans of. Like you want to be fans of everybody, right? But especially when they're on your team, but when they're nice, it just makes it even better.
Yep. Now, you heard about like when they met Brown already, right? Where he bought pizzas for the people that come to his signing and all that. So it's
I think Pork Chop said the funny story. He said he was just a normal dude and all that stuff. So that was pretty cool.
He told Greg, he said, "I'm just like you. I wipe my ass with my hand."
No. Like I said, I think I told Dale. Pork Chop knows this too, but I'll just tell the people that don't know and all that. I entered something on Instagram one day to meet. I'm like, what the hell? You miss 100% of shots you don't take. It was a hot day at work that day. I was just tired as hell and all that and stuff. And then my phone rings. I'm like, son of a gun. Who the hell is this? Some scammer or something. I'm like, fuck you. What do you want? You're like, yeah, who is this? What do you want? Greg Luther, you won the Orlando Brown sweepstakes. And boy, I'm like, I am so sorry. And she's like, sir, you're like the fifth or sixth person I've dealt with today. Thought I was a scam caller and all that and stuff. And so I won the thing. And I just called back and said, can I bring one more person with me? And Pork Chop here. I asked Pork Chop, and Pork Chop did not really hesitate or anything. He just said, hell yeah. And we got over there. We just started talking with him. Just such a good guy he was. I mean,
I'll hook that up, Antoine. No problem.
Yeah.
Catch me out sometime. I'll do
there
some
you go,
signings.
Antoine. Yeah.
I'll sign anything you want. Bring me an 8x10.
What about his chest?
I'll sign his chest, sign his ass cheek. I don't give a shit. A ball sack. Straighten that motherfucker out. Give me a Sharpie.
Chop was here on the ball sack.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah. So, Greg, maybe we'll talk about the other event here in a little bit. Let's talk a little O-line, since that was the O-line that you got to hang with. Now, maybe some certain wide receivers and other things you got to hang out with yesterday, but we'll get to that here in a minute. So just looking at the line overall since the draft, we didn't add anybody via draft. We'll probably do a lot of these where we look position by position after the draft, see who we've added, what you guys think, who makes the team, who gets cut, who sticks to the practice squad. Right now we got a lot of bodies on the line. So we got Orlando Brown, Jackson Carman, Deontay Smith, Devin Cochran, Cordell Volson, Max Sharping, Nate Gilliam, Ted Karras, Trey Hill, Ben Brown, Alex Kappa, Akeem Adeniji, Jackson Kirkland, Jonah Williams, Leo Collins, and Cody Ford. Now, Collins, we think, is probably going to start out maybe injured, but we don't know that for sure based on what he said. A couple of those guys on the practice squad last year. Who do you guys think? We'll just go around, and I'll start with you, Dusty, and then down to Pork Chop and to Greg. You think starting five is pretty set as long as Jonah reports?
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty much the same as last year, except for Joe's going to be a right tackle, and then OBJ at left tackle.
The interior, I thought, took a big step. So, and then you're adding a guy who's a Pro Bowler at left tackle. If Jonah just commits to the right tackle, I feel like we're really cooking there with a very upgraded line.
It's not like he's never played there. He played there, I think, his freshman year in college. So I know
at Alabama too. It's not like he played at
Yeah, he played at a pretty well-known college, and so I think he'll be all right. And then Lyle, I think it'd be cool if he started out on the pup and kept him, just keep that line solid, man. Not have to worry about it. Not have Akeem Adeniji rolling through. No hate on him, but he's had his time.
What do you think, Pork Chop? You think that's the starting five come game one?
I think the right tackle could be up in the air just a little bit, because I think Jackson Carman could come in there and win the spot from Jonah Williams. Not only that, but let's see what happens in training camp, because if Jackson Carman comes in and he is playing right tackle really good, and then something happens and we can get rid of that fucking $12 million for Jonah, I think they take that chance right there. If Jackson Carman comes in, and I think he's focused.
And maybe Collins is ahead of schedule or something like that too, to where they think, okay, he'll be back in week 4 or 5 instead of halfway.
I think Collins said that because he knows that he's possibly on the chopping block because he's hurt. And so he's like, hey, guys, I'm ready to fucking go. Put a knee brace on. Just letting the Bengals know, like, don't get rid of me. I'm ready to go. But in reality, that motherfucker's at home right now with his leg up in the air.
Yeah, and I know it's like, well, he gets paid more if he plays. But at the same point in time, he still has a base salary and things like that, to where, if he doesn't want to get cut, because I can't see them keeping both of those guys. I can't see him keeping the $12 million of Jonah and the $10 million of Collins this season. If, unless it's just going to be a complete redshirt year basically for Collins, and I just don't see that. So Dustin here at the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Was once a great drafting and developing O-line franchise. We're now just like, screw it, sign him in free agency. I don't blame him. Can't risk it. Same, Dustin. Like, you try to add the guys in the draft, and guy after guy hasn't panned out. You go in free agency and you have success. Why stop? Keep getting them there. Whatever works, right? Protect Joe however you need to.
That's right. Hey, I also think that what's his name, Kirkland, that we got free agency.
Yeah, well, we'll kind of get to that. We'll get to that. Porch.
I'm just saying, like,
early. You're shooting your load early.
That's me, man. I'm old. We get that PE.
You see a titty.
That's it.
It's over. Greg, what do you think for starting 5? You think that's pretty locked in, assuming Jonah reports, or do you think Carmen, Collins, anything there?
I mean, like I said, if it did come down to Carmen and Jonah, it's going to go to Jonah and all that. But like Porch up here saying, if Carmen for some reason just comes in out of nowhere, like he said he was training this offseason, he comes in out of nowhere, blows out of the park. It wouldn't hurt to listen to a couple of phone calls. Is all I'm saying, and all that. I mean, if I'm 100% confident that Jackson Carmen come in and be my right tackle, I'm not saying I pull the trigger immediately, but I certainly would just. I would pick up the phone. I would answer the phone. Is all I would say.
Is this Carmen's last year? Or has he got next year too?
He's got another year after this, so okay. That's why. Like, I think he's in a prime position to, at worst, be maybe get a shot as the swing tackle this year, and then if he's doing well at that, then it's like, okay. Especially Jonah, Collins, all those guys are up in the air, especially for next year. Obviously, like, if Carmen could come in and lock down the spot for 2 years, we'd feel even better.
Or if he fucking plays really good this year and we hurry up and get him on a cheap contract for the next 3.
Now, do we think then Carmen's likely our backup left tackle? Where do you think that leaves Deontay Smith, who on this depth chart is 3rd at left tackle? What do you think, Dusty? Is there a spot for both those guys here, or you think Deontay Smith's got an uphill battle?
I think he's got an uphill battle, man. He hasn't done much, hasn't had a lot to show. So I don't know. I was high on him at first, wanted to see him do good, but sometimes you gotta trim the fat and you gotta trim it somewhere. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, I showed you guys that picture before that I think it was Willie Lutz put out from practice, like, and I'm like, man, he's kind of in the background, but I'm like, man, this man looks like he's 7 feet tall back here. He's got legs for days. Yeah, and Robert's saying he does have some guard ability, and I agree with that, and that may help him. But I just go back to last year where they had no faith in him. Like, Carmen wasn't active and all this stuff, and Deontay Smith was some games, but then when it came crunch time and they really needed somebody to fill in at left tackle, they didn't go to Deontay Smith. They went to Carmen. When it come time to fill in on the other side, they went to Adeniji again and not Deontay Smith. So it just seems like every time when it's time to put somebody in, he gets passed over. And then he was inactive even after injuries for some of those games. So, I mean, it's only his 3rd year, so maybe he's got something that he can still work out. But definitely at this point, I think he's been a little bit of a disappointment.
So if I think it was Greg said, if Jackson comes in, he's balling out, right? And you're feeling good and you want to take a trade offer, what would you be looking for? Would you be looking for a player, or would you be looking for a 2023 or 2024 draft pick?
I think that was me, but what I would say is either one, depending on, maybe our camp shows something too. I mean, a pick for next year would be great.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have a team that's able to absorb that $10 million salary is the tough part too. Like, as we get closer and closer to the season, there's not many teams that are going to be able to do that.
Well, so if there's a team out there and their left tackle gets all fucked up, then they're going to find money.
Hooday to Kelly. Appreciate that.
Hooday Kelly.
But yeah, then I'll just kind of bounce around the line asking different questions here. So left guard, we got Max Sharping and Nate Gilliam, who was on the practice squad last year. Right guard, you got Kappa, you got Adeniji backing him up, Sharping backing up Volson, and then Jackson Kirkland. So I'll kind of ask maybe everybody about this since it's both guard spots. Who do you see shaking out and making it in the interior at guard there? Because then I think the center guard spot is still another question, and I'll get to that in a second. I think it's separate.
Well, I mean, so I talked about Kirkland earlier. I'll just say that, I mean, he could be like we all wanted Voorhees, and we didn't get him, but maybe Kirkland turns out to be like him because he had a great year a couple years ago. And then last year he had a down year, but wasn't he hurt last year?
He's been hurt a lot. He's an older player. If it wasn't for injuries, I mean, he definitely, talent-wise, had a draftable grade. And he played guard and was able to stay healthy for Washington this year and had a damn good year. Like, his PFF grading-wise was really good. So I think he's got a chance to stick, but it's more likely to me he'll be practice squad probably
maybe
year one. And then, Greg, what do you think? Who sticks on the roster? Because you got like really, to me, it's probably Sharping, Adeniji, and Kirkland. And I'll throw in Deontay Smith since he can play some guard. Mm-hmm. Maybe you have one or two of those guys making it on the final roster. Who do you have as the one and then potentially two?
So, Keem Adeniji, God bless him, man. I know everybody had high hopes for him, but I'm sorry, man. You look at that Super Bowl with, I understand Aaron Donald is an all-pro, Hall of Famer, maybe a top 10 defense player of all time, possibly. But still, you look at that. You look at the Chiefs game. Chris Jones was lined up all over the place. He lined up against the weakest link. Guess what? Keem Adeniji, and that's that ended the game. So I mean, Keem Adeniji. I know they still say high hopes, but I'm just sorry, man. You can only have so many chances and all that. I know people got on Max Sharping, but we don't forget that Buffalo game. He did a great job and all that. He really didn't have any time to play this year. So I'll cut Sharping some slack. And Deontay Smith, we were talking about earlier, that was one of my favorite players in that draft class, along with Jamar Chase. I mean, that guy had long arms. He had the measurables. They said all he needed to do is be coached up. I know he's never had a chance, but at the same time, there's a reason why he never got his chances. So we don't know the whole story. But Max Sharping, I think, needs to be cut a little. I will cut a little bit of slack because Keem Adeniji just had so many chances, and I'm just sorry. Time's up.
Oh, he's
that was my flip for it. I'm sorry.
He's a goddamn Keem Adeniji could get a good job at fucking Walmart welcoming people in.
Now, but the Bengals really seem to like him. He's been their first guy for right guard. He's been their first guy for right tackle. They go to him a lot. So I don't know. I think all of us will be in agreement. Like, he should probably be the odd man out.
Yeah, but he did. Yeah. Remember Brandon Tate? He's kind of like our Brandon Tate this time. Brandon Tate we've had for so many years. And so, like, our fifth receiver kick return. I'm like, why is he still on the team and all that? And stuff.
But I think Max Sharping has got a pretty solid roster spot. Like,
yes.
Would you agree with that too, Dusty, as far as the main backup guard?
Yeah. Like we said, he played great in Denver against the Bills. Looked good. The line in general looked good. It was kind of weird how they came out and meshed together and stuff. But
because Buffalo can't play in the snow, Dusty.
They need a dome, man.
You need a dome. That game, we would have been fucked if they had had a dome.
Yeah, it had been bad news. But
hey, let me ask you this: we're talking about the O-line, though. Can't Cody Ford play guard and tackle?
Yeah, he can. But I think that's probably why he's in a roster battle. Mainly, I would say with Deontay Smith, if it comes down to that, or Adeniji. I think all of those people are in that battle. To where I appreciate that. We do have to where you can become a member, and I think Kelly may be the very first one. So
yeah,
thank you for that.
What is that? I want to become a member.
I don't know. I think it's just like $5, and I gotta now that somebody's actually a member, I gotta start coming up with some exclusive content.
Well, Kelly's got to put on there how the fuck we become a member. I want to be a member.
That's what I mean. I haven't had a way to advertise it, but I set the thing on YouTube like 2 months ago. I was like, hey,
more money.
Wants to be a member.
Derek will put that money fucking good use on that cruise.
Yeah, he will. But yeah, I think Sharping got a pretty good roster spot. And then if we look at the center guard, because you've got the guys that are tackle guards with Adeniji, Smith, Ford, but they got to keep somebody that can play center. And both these guys can play guard technically. I don't think it's ideal if either of them would be your guard. But behind Teddy K, you got Trey Hill, who's been the starter, and then Ben Brown, who got hurt. But he was an undrafted free agent coming out of Ole Miss last year. And he actually ended up injured and out for the season. But he had a draftable grade. At least I had a draftable grade. Dane Brugler had a draftable grade on him. I think I had a 6th or 7th round grade. Dane Brugler had like a 4th round grade on this guy. And Dane is, one of the most knowledgeable draft guys out there. So not saying he's always right, but he obviously thought highly of him. So who do you guys think? You think Ben Brown has a chance to unseat Trey Hill for that spot?
Do I have a third option?
We bringing somebody in, Greg?
I mean, like, who is that guy that just got released by the Commanders? He's probably looking to be a starter somewhere, so I don't think we get him. But
he hasn't got Chase Royer, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I know people say go sign him, but I think what he's going to do is wait till an injury happens and someone gets desperate and signs him. So I don't see that happening. I mean, Trey Hill came out of Georgia, big time school, but that just doesn't seem to be working out. Ben Brown, even though he wasn't drafted, they had high hopes last year. It would not surprise me at all if Ben Brown's our backup center. That honestly would not surprise me. Thank you.
Is that the extra content you guys want?
Yeah.
Feet pics and
they've already seen my titties, Dale.
Just me like chugging beer,
That's with your shirt
off.
off.
Me chugging a beer.
That's it, man.
No, I think it's something, man. If I'm serious, we'll do something exclusive. I don't have a life. Summer's coming up too, so you guys know I could do some member exclusive stuff. Like I could do podcasts and questions and bring people on. I'm all for that, man. So whatever we need to do, try to give your $5 worth somehow. I'm no Joe Goodberry. I'll promise you that right now. But I do appreciate it. And then right tackle, obviously we kind of already talked about, but that's still the biggest question. You got Collins' health. Can Cody Ford be anything? Does Carmen go in the mix? And then Jonah. So, I mean, we kind of already talked about it. You guys think Cody Ford makes this roster over Adeniji and Deontay Smith?
He can't be any worse.
I mean, I'm willing to give him another shot, try to revive his career. I mean, everybody said he was not meant to play guard. I mean, he's proven that. So he said his normal position is tackle. Problem is, I think he's going to be the smallest right tackle in the league. But if he can do it, he can do it. Like, give him you don't know till you try, so why not?
We got a couple Ben Brown believers. Maybe I got to do something. I got to put out some content, Ben Brown.
Yeah, like I said, man, Ben Brown, I think they had very high hopes from last year. He just got hurt, so this will be interesting.
Antoine, we're figuring it out. That's the first one. So, whatever kind of exclusive content you guys want, we can.
You didn't have to put it out any exclusive content yet because there was nobody to watch it.
Exactly.
Now, as soon as we get done, you got to go do some kind of fucking cartwheels in your front yard or something.
Well, you obviously, being a member, you get your if you got a question, you get it pulled up immediately.
That's true.
It's big green. It shows it in big green over on the side.
That's right. Like if Kelly asks any question, boom, it's answered.
Yeah, there you go.
Pork chop. How big's your penis? Bam.
Right.
Answered.
Yeah, buddy.
But
it's like the lid on here.
It's all about the girth, though.
It's all at the tip, right? It's all the action's at the top.
Yeah.
Except for me, and there is no action.
All right. You guys want to switch gears off the line and talk a little bit of Ring of Honor since the 13 candidates were announced today?
Why not? Let's do this, man.
All right. Before we get into this, because this will probably take a while too, Greg, this is a good time for you to tell us about the Jackpot Joey golf outing.
Oh, yeah.
First one. I can't imagine there won't be another one because it looked like that was spectacular. Things went well, and they raised almost $10,000 for the Joe Burrow Foundation, which kudos to Matty Meyer, especially, who started this whole thing. I know there was a lot of other people helping, that I'm sure could be mentioned, but not Jeff Trinapool. He just probably showed up and drank all the beer.
Yeah.
Before you get started, Greg, when I saw the pictures, I swear to God, I was at work and I wanted to leave and come over there because of who showed up.
Screw work.
Well, so I got to meet me and James head over there. I wasn't golfing. I was signed up. People, there were some people who had members didn't show up. Like, Greg, we need you to golf. I'm like, dude, you were trying to win and all that. Okay.
No, they weren't. Some of them were just fucking swinging clubs. You should have won.
Yeah.
You should have just done it.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing of it, so I went up. Me and Cincy James went up. I had a heck of a busy week and hung out. Right, the day after that, I hung out with Cincy James most of the day. Then like the next day, I ended up driving up with him because we were nearby the golf course and all that. And I tell you what, beautiful course. So many people there for a first time thing.
It's a West Side course.
So many people showed up. Definitely going to have more. I mean, Matty was there. Just so happy to be this. Jeff, Strawberry Ice. Just happy for this. Got to meet Trent Irwin. Nice.
No one wants to see my Andre Smith titties flopping around.
Yeah.
You do that shit, man. I'm fucking becoming a member right now.
Right. Got to see Lassiter. Got to see who was the other receiver? Stanley Morgan. But get this. So when they're all getting ready to go golf, I was just tired from the weekend. I was just so tired. Right when I leave, 41 minutes later, Strawberry Eyes posted a picture with T. Higgins. I'm like, you left.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what the fuck you get, Greg. You should have just golfed.
Dude, I was so tired. I was just so tired.
You know, I knew he was coming.
No, Dale. Like I said, everybody says I get lucky. I didn't get lucky this time and all that and stuff, man. But no,
did you know he was coming?
No, I was told he was coming, but dude, I just can't wait any longer, man. I was I had a long weekend. I was just so tired.
He spent the night at fucking Cincy James' mom's house. You know he was tired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He didn't get to sleep in the Gregor bed.
What were you doing with Cincy James' mom and sister?
No. Me and Cincy James hung out somewhere, and he said, "Hey, man, they invited me over for dinner at their house, and I stayed there late, and I had a couple drinks, and I just spent the night on the couch and all that."
Boom, chicka, bow, wow.
Slipped him a Mickey, and he
no. It's a recliner couch. I was on one side, James on the other side, but no. So I slept there, and I was like still tired from the next morning and all that. So
slipped James a roofie.
No.
Hey, did you have to pee in the middle of the night? You pee off Shelly's porch?
No, I did not. No, I made sure to pee before I went to bed. I used their bathroom. They had a cat in the house and all that night.
Oh, God. No wonder you were tired, Greg. You probably didn't sleep a fucking wink. You had one eye open looking for that goddamn cat.
Yeah. But
when's that cat going to come steal the breath?
If you guys know Shelly, James, Ashley, that whole family, there is just such an awesome family.
Oh, guys, I've been down 2 cats, by the way. It's been like great. I'm like, oh, am I going to start dwindling down cats? Like one died, and then one just disappeared. It's probably dead too.
But like I said.
Hey, but listen, guess what?
What?
So they brought home a fucking kitten yesterday.
Oh my God! And you know what?
Fucking win, man.
The one that left too, it'll show back up with a fucking belly full of cats.
And you know what? They all come home and they're like, oh, they said it was on the side of the road with no one around. And I was like, you're all a bunch of fucking liars. Like, I don't trust any of you. And then Marissa's like, yeah, I seen it on somewhere, some girl I know. Yeah. I was like, because it's like it's like all gray with these blue eyes. I'm like, that kitten wasn't on the damn side of the road.
Aren't your cats outdoor cats, though?
Most of them. That one won't be. It's a fucking kitten.
I'll tell you what, if my family would do outdoor cats, they could have 65.
The outdoor ones are now dwindling away and leaving. And now they're getting new ones and keeping them indoors. So it's really backfiring here, Pork Chop.
Yeah, that indoor cat shit, no. Outdoor cats, they can own every cat outdoor. I don't care. Get a big bag of cat food and lay it on the back porch every night and feed them all.
Like, I'm going to really have to push this member thing so I can, like, just be in the garage, like, all day long so I don't have to deal with these fucking cats.
Well,
except that one that finds its way in.
Did you fix that hole? That's what I was going to say.
I thought I did, but then it found its way in again. So there's probably another hole, little bastard. Anyways, enough pussy talk. Let's get to the Ring of Honor here. All right. I could go through. I don't know if you guys seen on Twitter. I put some stats and some things for every single one of them out there. What?
Oh, no, it was me. I was the one that paused. My bad.
But anyways.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah, no.
So
my bad, bro.
Greg's got Tourette's.
Yeah.
I was like, what? What did I do?
No, I thought it was you that paused. I'm like, what the hell's going on here, Dale? I'm like, why the hell did you stop talking?
But on Twitter, I put out some information for all 13 candidates if you want to go on the Bengals and Brews Twitter and just get a little glimpse of each guy. Because I'll be honest, I don't know about all these guys the way I should because it was before my time. Some of these older guys that I wasn't even born when they were playing. So, but I did cast a vote for some of those guys. But before I reveal mine, because I am a season ticket holder, I think everybody is except Dusty, not to shit on Dusty here, but boo Dusty. But Dusty, if you were a season ticket holder, who would your 2 for this season be of the 13 candidates that you would pick for the Bengals Ring of Honor?
Well, I like having the older guys come in since this is kind of a new thing that we got going on. I think Dave Lapham's definitely the dude for me if I had a vote. I obviously don't, but if I did, Mr. Dave Lapham would be my vote. He's dedicated many, many years to the Bengals, represented them well. Definitely love Dave Lapham. Love listening to his podcast. Love listening to him on the radio. So he'd be my guy. Parrish would probably be another one. He's had
Speaking my language, Dusty.
What's that?
Said you're speaking my language.
Okay.
Two.
Yeah, so Parrish would be my next. I know he had a bunch of kind of crazy plays. I like him. He was definitely before my time as well. Don't know a whole lot of him, but his stats kind of speak for himself. And I think he's one of the older guys in the room. He's probably, I could be wrong.
He's 75. I looked all this stuff up. Trumpy is the oldest at 78. Lamar Parrish is next oldest at 75. Dave Lapham is the third oldest of the candidates at 70.
Okay, so that kind of fits what I'm pushing. I think those would definitely be my two. And then in the years to follow, we can get some of the newer guys in, but I don't want recency bias to be pushing them and then they don't get the respect they deserve, like kind of like Ken Riley. Like, I don't want to see that happening. I want to see us get our guys in and they get their day.
So Jeremy said my only one voted for Collinsworth.
Yes.
Maybe this year. Kelly loves Collinsworth. 10-game winning streak this
season. We're going to have a 10-game winning streak. We're going to have a fucking
Matt went with Parrish and Reggie Williams. I did not know Reggie Williams played 14 freaking seasons. I know you had him on your show, Greg. That's incredible. All in Cincinnati too. But I'll just say what I had on Lapham and Parrish since you mentioned those two. And I will just go ahead and say that is the two I did cast my vote for as well when I voted today. So Lapham played 10 seasons with the Bengals. I mean, that's a long time. Key member of the 81 AFC Championship winning team. Played all 5 line positions, during his career at different times. And then he's covered the Bengals for over 30 years. We call him Mr. Bengal. I almost think that maybe he should have been put in when Munoz and Paul Brown were, or he should be last year. He should have been put in as us. This guy's in, almost like an extra one on top of the two. Just because he's meant that much to the franchise, in my opinion, overall. And then Parrish, 75 years old, played 8 seasons as a Bengal. 6 of those he was a Pro Bowler. 5 of those he was All-Pro. You talk All-Pro, there's only 1 or 2, for that position. Had 47 career interceptions, 13 touchdowns. Some were interceptions, punt returns, kick returns, fumble recoveries. Had 1 return from a blocked field goal. And then when he went to Washington, he made another 2 Pro Bowls, so 8 time for his career Pro Bowler. All that, plus he's an older guy, and all those accolades, it seems like a no-brainer that that's a guy that should get in this go-round. I know a lot of people are going to vote for Ocho Cinco. I don't blame them. He is one of the reasons that I fell in love with the Bengals, So I totally understand that. But I will say if there's one other one this year, I really think Lamar Parrish. And there's a whole video of all his touchdowns I think Cat put out on Twitter. So I advise everybody, if you can, go look at that. I really I think all these guys are deserving. But I'd love to see Lamar Parrish get in, being 75 years old and all that. And he seems well-deserving to me. So, Pork Chop, did you put votes in?
I didn't vote yet. I'm going to check it out when I get to work tonight because someone said in our chat you got to log in, right, to your account?
Yeah, you got to log in, and it's under, your...
Yeah, I'm going to check that out, but I'm going to vote for – I'm going to go with you guys on Parrish because I definitely think he's probably the player on there, that I would vote for. But the other one, I'm not going to go with age, so you already know who I'm going to go with. My number 1.
Yeah.
Right there. Ocho.
And that's what I mean. I think he was close last year to getting in. So, and it's hard to argue with everything he's done, right?
This is my thing with him. I understand he's young. He's probably going to live another 30 or 50 years. But age alone should not get you in or keep you out. I think all of us are kind of fucking hit because the way they did Ken Riley. We wish he would have got in last year when he was alive, and that would have been great. But Ken Riley should have beat out motherfuckers a long time ago. You know
For
what
the
I'm
Hall of
saying? He
Fame,
should have been
yeah.
in a long time ago. So Ocho Cinco, when people think about the Bengals and you think like the most outstanding players that come to your mind with Cincinnati, it's fucking Chad Johnson. You know, and like I went to I had season tickets back in the day, and what made it fun watching them lose all the time was Chad Johnson out there on the field being Chad Johnson.
And then they started winning, and his confidence, I think, damn sure brought everybody else's confidence up.
Not only was he Chad Johnson, but he was a fucking great player.
He was good as Chad Johnson, and he was good as Chad Ochocinco.
He sure was. And when he come out with that golden fucking mohawk, come on, man. So he's getting my vote number 1, and then I'm going to go with Parrish for number 2.
I mean, that's a solid 2. Any of these are good choices. And I'll go with Chad. 10 years he played with the Bengals, 6 Pro Bowls, 4 All-Pros. So once again, it's not easy to make the All-Pros, especially. Like if you look at All-Pro wise, him and Parrish are the highest 2, and with those accolades, that's on this list. So finished his career as a Bengal, just Bengals. He had that one season with the Patriots that's like, he had like 200 yards and 1 touchdown. Just kind of wiped that out of our memories. But he had 10,783 receiving yards, 66 touchdowns. And, I mean, his route running alone was just phenomenal. His footwork was just crazy. And then, like I said, the attention he brought to Cincinnati with just his flamboyance and – his not give a fuck attitude and the Pepto and the dances and just he made it cool to be a Cincinnati Bengals fan.
Yes.
So
let me say, man, I'm pushing for this guy, and I'm looking right in the camera. Chad, I know you're watching. Unblock me on Twitter. We can be friends. I love you. You got me blocked, and I'm still voting for you for the Ring of Honor. Please, Chad.
Everybody that has Twitter, go to Twitter and hit up Chad. Tell me he's an unblocked pork chop.
I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did, but I beg your forgiveness.
Pork chop, man, I guarantee if he got to sit down and got to know you, man, trust me.
I will fucking buy you McDonald's, whatever combo meal you want, and I got a Jackpot Joey cigar for you. We'll ride around in your smart car, hit the drive-thru, get some McDonald's, smoke some cigars. Let's go.
Sounds like a good time.
Please, Chad, unblock me.
And you can help him meet some of these other guys like
I'll
Orlando
introduce
Brown,
him
your
to
best
Zeus.
friend.
Yeah,
I'll introduce him to Zeus.
Dale, I was not over-exaggerating. When Zeus walked in, he walked in right behind Pork Chop from the side door. He's like, "What up, Pork Chop?" That's exactly what he said.
He loved him. He loves Pork Chop already.
Yeah.
He's seen him more than like anyone else. He sees him as much as his teammates.
He noticed me even without my yellow tints, which, by the way, should be in tomorrow or the next day. Thank God. Get tired of these fucking clear glasses.
Yeah. Oh man, we should just have a whole show just ranking his different celebrations that he did.
Yeah.
I mean, going over proposing, just the river dance, the Tiger Woods golf putt. It just
when he fucking proposed to the cheerleader.
Yeah.
Just said that, poor job.
I love the river dance. I know that was one of the things he did that wasn't as flashy, but that was fucking awesome.
Everything he did was flashy, though.
Yeah,
absolutely.
When he ran up and he kicked the guy off of the camera and he took the camera around and was filming everything.
Hey, wait till he gets the yellow tint back in the glasses.
Oh,
yeah.
That's he's 100% the dude. Greg, do you have 2 for your Ring of Honor?
Yeah, the thing of it is they need to speed up. They did 4 the first year. I still think they need to do 4 because they are just so far behind on everything. Like, like Porch said with the age thing. I mean, look at Willie Anderson. He's like not even 50 yet. He got in because he was very deserving. Another guy that should be in the Hall. And I understand they were doing that to try to up him to get him in the Hall of Fame.
Yes,
I totally get
that's the reason I voted for him.
Right.
Last year specifically.
So, I'm kind of for the whole, Dusty said, get the older guys in first. So I kind of go back and forth that, like I said, it should be 4, but I'm going to go, like you all said, Lamar and Pork Chop, Ocho Cinco, bottom line, he gave the Bengals, he made it cool to become a Bengals fan. When before he came to the Bengals, it was just a laughing stock. Like, how could you root for this team? When he came, he changed it for the Bengals. He got the whole city excited watching. Chad brought that whole enthusiasm to become a Bengals fan, and that's a priceless thing to have. So the funny thing is, I am a season ticket holder. A guy bought season tickets, so I got to call my guy and say, make sure you vote Chad Lamar right here, okay?
You're voting
So
Chad?
Technically, I'm not a season ticket holder, but a guy bought one, and I just paid for it and all that.
Greg,
stuff.
come on, Chad, fist bump, buddy. Where are you fist bumping at?
I don't know.
I'm over here.
He's gonna fall clear out of his chair going backwards, man. It's sideways, Greg. You're going backwards.
There we go.
The cornbread.
Pork chop.
He's gonna knock someone out. They walk in there.
No. I just have to go, Chad. Like I said, you got to go, Chad, man. But Lamar Parrish, he's deserving. And Reggie Williams, I'm telling you, Reggie Williams, one of the best interviews I actually got to interview him twice. Once on Jeff's show, and we got him on our show. One of the best interviews. It was just such an awesome guy. That's another guy that needs to get it.
Thanks, Kelly, and thanks for being the very first member of the Brew Crew membership.
Thank you so much, Kelly.
Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably send nudes of Pork Chop first.
Yeah.
But who dey?
I'll check them out and see if I'll pre-approve them.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, there's so many deserving candidates. I know a lot of people are voting for Boomer. That's another name I've seen quite a bit. And I mean, I get it. You know, he won MVP. Like, that's in 1988. Took us to a Super Bowl. Can we go ahead and vote Joe Burrow in as well?
Why not? And another guy, his
MVP season's coming this year, by the way.
Yeah, but Dale, two other guys, they're going to be on eventually. Geno Atkins and AJ Green. Those guys need to get in eventually. Like I say, man.
I think Whitworth will be deserving when they put him on there. That's what I mean. Like, as you start to think about the future, you don't want some of these guys. It's tough because you don't want some of them to get overlooked and not get in, some of the older ones. But at the same point in time, Chad is very deserving. Like I said, if you just look at all pro teams and stuff, I think it's very easy to make the argument for him and then Lamar Parrish.
Yeah, I would not vote the names that were on there. I would not vote Corey Dillon. I know he did a lot for us, but when he left the fucking field that time, threw his pads in the stands, it got fucking burnt for me. And the other one I'll never vote for, and I know it's unpopular, is fucking Boomer Esiason. Because that motherfucker, he left here, and he wasn't nice when he left either and went to the Jets. And then after that, he fucking started that broadcasting career, and he fucking talked shit.
He came back, though. He came back for a season.
He came back because of goddamn Andy, because of fucking grilled cheese.
Well, Corey Dillon also, believe me, I understand people with Corey Dillon. I grew up liking Corey Dillon, but Corey Dillon, he said, look, I regret what I did and all that. And if I would love to come back here. Like I said, people make mistakes in life. I get it. What he did was not classy at all, but I'm willing to put my differences aside. The biggest difference is Carson Palmer. I was ready to welcome back Carson Palmer.
Fuck him too.
Until he had to be like, if I'm Joe Burrow, do I want to play here? So
they put that. Please God, don't ever put that.
No, Carson Palmer. I am not voting for Carson. I don't care what he did here. He was just coming back up for me, but then he made that comment. I'm like, bye.
I mean, if you put up one of those polls on Twitter, Greg, and it's Palmer or Esiason, I will go Esiason.
I'll go Esiason all day. I have no problem saying that. I'll take Dalton over Palmer. I have no problem saying
Esiason made a broadcasting career out of talking shit about the fucking Bengals until we drafted Andy Dalton, and he was playing okay, and then he started getting on there. And I'm blocked by him on Twitter too, but I fucking earned that one because I told him to get off our fucking bandwagon. We don't need his ass. He talks shit about the Bengals all the time. Now he wants to start talking good. We had a decent quarterback.
Well, Pork Chop, you know me. I always call them the fake fans, bandwagon fans, but I'm willing to put my differences aside with this and all that and stuff. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying though, Pork Chop. But as long as they apologized and said, hey, as long as they're willing to be cool and all that and stuff, they still did great on the field. But Carson Palmer's still my exception. I'm like, hell no.
I could let it go if Boomer wants to send me a personal DM apologizing for blocking me.
Yeah,
and all the years that he fucking ragged on my team.
Yeah.
Personal one.
Right, a personal message, that I can see. Dear Pork Chop, I'm so sorry that I blocked you. You're right. You've made me see the error of my ways. I should have never talked shit about the greatest fucking franchise in the history of the NFL. The Bengals are so good, and I apologize. I've made a mistake. Can you please find it in your heart, Pork Chop, to forgive me? And my answer to Boomer would be like, man, fuck you, but yes, I will. Because I'm a forgiving guy, Boomer. And I'll fucking load him up in the truck with fucking Ocho Cinco and we'll hit the McDonald's and he can get a goddamn. I'll even let him supersize his meal. I don't give a fuck. I'll pay for it.
You know, Boomer, he'll be like, just some fruit for me. And water.
Just some fruit? Well, they got apple slices.
That's what I'm saying.
You can get apple slices with your Happy Meal, Boomer. Let's go. McDonald's. Chad can get a fucking Big Mac, some chicken nuggets. I'm going to get a double fish fillet. Boomer Sison, he can have the fucking apple slices. Done. Let's go. Send the DM. Let me check my fucking Twitter account here real quick. See if it's. I do got something from Twitter. Oh, it's just a reply. It's not Boomer.
Maybe before the day's over.
You never know. I'm up all night, man. You know I work all through the night, Boomer. You got time no matter what fucking time zone you're in.
I gotta agree with Jeremy a little bit here. Like, we want to blame like Carson and even Boomer and some of these guys, and like Mike Brown wasn't the best to work for. And
I understand that.
Facilities were not up to par. Like, we were so like third world, country when it came to NFL teams.
Yeah, you know, the thing of it is, like, Mike Brown, I mean, here's the thing. I did think he cared about winning, but he wanted to do it to his own criteria. He wanted to honor the way his dad did it. Probably the way his dad did it, that was like in the old times. I mean, he wasn't willing to adapt how things are now and all that. That was just my personal opinion. I mean, now he's like, okay, if this is what it takes to go do, sign the free agents, let's do it. Look what happened.
Right. The family has really stepped up in that regard.
Elizabeth.
We're all thankful for that. But I mean, it is fair to say a lot of these guys with their complaints with Mike Brown and the not spending in free agency and this, that, and the other were all fair complaints because it's just facts that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Let me just say this though. If we're in a goddamn rumble, Dale, and it's you, me, Greg, Dusty, anybody that's our Bengal brothers, that we hang out and we're fucking losing and we're getting our asses kicked. Guess what? I ain't fucking leaving you guys. I'm going to stay in there and get my ass kicked with you. And so what he did was he took his fucking ball and he quit on 52 of his fucking brothers. I fucking love you guys, but guess what? I'm fucking quitting on you. I'm out of here. Fuck you guys. So fuck him. I understand that the team, the ownership was bad, but fuck that guy, man. He quit on everybody. He quit on the fucking city. He quit on his fucking 52 brothers that were out there counting on him. Fuck Carson Palmer.
No, Carson.
His fucking ass.
Well, the thing of it is, he was
with the football in his ass. Fuck
he's in savage mode now, guys. He's in savage mode.
Fucking quit.
Well, no, Pork Chop. Another thing to throw out there.
Pork Chop is the whole mood, man.
He was the highest paid quarterback in the league, so we acted like we never did anything for him. I don't want to hear that.
Good. He can afford to lube when we shove that fucking football up his ass.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say that, but like you said there with the Brown family, I mean, Elizabeth Blackburn, Katie, Troy, and like letting Duke Tobin have more say probably. I mean, shout out to all of them for doing such an incredible job. I mean, it's just they're just doing a great job. Mike Brown, I'm glad he's there too. I'm like, there to see it also. Like I say, the Brown family's just done an amazing job these last couple of years.
He don't even know what the fuck's going on now. That motherfucker got dementia. The Blackburns are running the show. They're doing great.
After you just went on fucking savage mode, I'm like right there with you. I'm fucking hype, man. Fuck you, Carson Palmer.
Fuck Carson Palmer.
No. He was on another podcast saying, Joe Burrow has done so. The Bengals are finally making decisions. Dude, stop it. You've done this before. Just stop it, man. I don't care what you have to say anymore. Don't try to be welcome. Because he refers to the Cardinals on a podcast as we and all that. You were on the Cardinals for like 3 or 4 years.
Good.
Dude.
Hey, good. Don't fucking refer to yourself as a Bengal.
Yeah, good. Yeah, go refer to yourself as a Cardinal.
Do like everybody else in Cincinnati and burn your fucking Bengal jersey.
I already did. No, I did.
The minute things would go halfway sideways, his salty ass would be all over the air, ragging on us. I guarantee it.
Exactly. I mean, he's got fucking Joe Burrow's balls in his mouth right now, but something goes south. You're right.
No, like I said, man, it's just like I said, I was willing to let him back, but after that comment he made, if I'm Joe Burrow, do I really want to stay here? And I had a family member who lives in the 90s, still was like, well, can you blame Joe Burrow if he thought that? And I told you guys, I go off on family members when they act like this about the Bengals. I will tell you off. I
think Cincinnati should get a fucking protection order, not even let that motherfucker anywhere around our city. Fuck him.
No, I mean,
great. Mike Brown going in bad mouth Ohio State. What? He loves Ohio State.
No, look at all the Michigan guys we're getting to replace Ohio State players.
Hey, I could give two fucks as long as they bowl out
I
for
know.
the Bengals.
I know. I was going to say, man, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, like I said, the Brown family, I'm just happy. Look, I'm just happy what's going on now. I'm just finally happy this is happening. You know, I mean, the older fan base wants to bitch about the 90s, saying, you don't know what I had to deal with in the 90s. I don't give a shit. I'm sorry. That's your problem.
I don't know what the fuck I was dealing with in the 90s. I was fucked up just about the whole 90s.
Yeah. Katie's made, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
she has.
Elizabeth as well. Like
Elizabeth, she
Queen Elizabeth is in touch with the fan base.
Yeah, she reached out to the fan base. She's like undercover boss. She wanted to go, not just reach out. She wanted to go out, talk to other people. She listens. She's like, look, I hear what you're all saying and all that. I mean, Elizabeth, I had the chance of meeting Elizabeth at Taste of Bengals, one of the nicest people I ever met and all that. I mean, she loves meeting fans. She loves talking to fans. Just an incredibly awesome person. If she became the owner of this team in the future, that would be awesome if she became owner.
I think it's super cool the way she doesn't set up in a box. She doesn't do this.
No.
She sets up in the 300s. She
sits next to fucking Bengals and bourbon.
She likes to see everything.
She loves the atmosphere. She loves being with the fans. She could sit wherever she wanted to sit. I mean, that is so cool. That just shows you how she is as a person. She's like, I'm just like one of you. I'm just a huge fan.
She's a fucking canopy crazy.
That is so awesome.
Well, that's like Derek. I'll never forget that. You know, and that's before I really knew him, but he's told me the story multiple times where, you know, him and Sarah and the kids were walking in for Family Day a couple years ago. First year he had season tickets. I mean, we didn't really know each other at that time. But, like, first thing they do, they're walking in. Like, it's Elizabeth Blackburn. She's like, oh, you want me to get a picture of you with, like, you know, your family? It's like,
yeah.
She just comes and asks them that because, you know, they're probably maybe was trying to get a picture or something. So she just takes a picture of Derek and his family. And, you know, Derek's kind of like, that's fucking Elizabeth.
I'm seriously like Bengals fans. We went from, oh my God, this ownership, you know what I mean, to, oh my God, this ownership.
Well, and look at the whole, and it revives the whole city. And it revives the fan base. And then the fan base, like we all all these podcasts and we're all excited. And we love to talk Bengals all the time. And I mean, shit, I wear my stuff no matter what.
Yeah,
man, it feels a hell of a lot better wearing it when you're winning, boy.
Right? It's a lot cooler, man.
Before we wore our stuff when the chest wasn't puffed out. Now we walk around with the fucking chest out.
Well, Dale, I got a funny story. I was at the pro shop one time. I used to always go to the pro shop when it was quiet there. It was like a little library, but it was like all quiet. But now you go there now, man. That pro shop is crowded as hell and all that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of miss being there by myself, getting this and that. But now it's like all crowded there and all that with Bengals fans.
You miss those discounts. You miss those discounts.
No, I get a discount now and all that and stuff with my Bengal card and all that. With my fifth or Bengal card. I was getting ready to leave, and I'm like, wait, you have a Bengal card? I'm like, yeah. Well, you get 50% off. I'm like, you're kidding me. I'm like, okay, who am I to complain? But yeah, no. It's just so awesome to see people just go into that pro shop like crazy. Even the Yankee fans I saw there over the weekend.
Yeah, because they're probably just converted Reds fans, and they're sick of the Reds.
No. I asked the Yankee fans, so are you from New York? No, I'm from Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's like all the Patriots fans that were there at the Bengals games over there. All these bandwagon fans. Yes. Yeah,
well, people will do that, man, when a team's losing and shit, or like you're growing up, right? And if a team sucks so bad, why are you going to support that? You know what I mean? If you got a choice, hey, this team's winning. I don't really have a team. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're like,
I was growing up, the Bengals went to the Super Bowl.
But in it, you know, and your family has season. That's different. But
Dale, this one buddy I have, man, he hates the Bengals with passion. I'll give him credit. At least he's honest. And he still hates the Bengals, but he's like stubborn. He's gotten in my face so badly. I told you they should have done this. The Bengals are garbage. He had this look on his face of the admit to defeat. He's like, Greg, I don't want to say this, but your Bengals are a good team and all that. That right there, man, is the most priceless thing ever to see on some dude's face to admit defeat, that the Bengals are a good team.
Yeah, that's all fair, man. Dusty been quiet, you've been leaving, come back.
I'm just listening to you guys go at it, man.
Fired up, man. We're fired up. We got Pork Chop. He's fired up about Carson Palmer. I'm just fired up for the season.
Yes.
I'm fired up for that fucking tailgate, man.
Yeah, but that dude.
Since we were talking about O-line, who thought Cardell Wilson was going to start last year?
I mean, I guess it's a little surprising because when we made the pick, it's kind of like, man, he's 6th-year senior, North Dakota State. As much as like, yeah, well, they play big time, and I get it, but it's not on, NCAA level. It's not SEC. It's not that. So you worry about that transition and moving another guy from tackle to guard, which we hadn't really had success with.
So it's fair to say we were all pretty surprised by it, right? We thought that was probably going to be Jackson Carman's spot.
I guess that's the thing. Like,
He
had a pretty open shot to earn it.
Yeah. I mean, Jackson Carman, he showed up overweight the first year. So the second year, I said to myself, should I really be that surprised? Because Cordell Volson, he's like had that mentality. Hey, man, I'm going to come in and do what I have to do as a rookie. I just think Carman got way too cocky and thought, oh, this job is mine,
Hey, hopefully what happened to Carman last year is the fucking exact smack in the mouth he needed. Because you see what he did. He's been working his ass off, getting in shape. So maybe he comes in this year and fucking balls out.
But even if he don't, I just hope he stays in shape. And that's why I'd kind of like him to have that swing tackle spot. So he's still in there getting reps because you know how it is in the NFL. Injuries pop up, and they pop up for us late in the year. And, we're probably going to need a lot of these guys. So I hope that he stays his ass ready all year, even if he don't earn the starting spot, Don't be like disappointed you didn't earn it. Fucking stay ready, stay hungry, knowing your time's coming like it was last year, hopefully. And
he's a Cincinnati guy, and here we love our guys that are raised up here in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
What about that block? You guys know the block. The block against Baltimore where he pushed the dude out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
He just kept driving and driving. Dude, that one, I love that.
Yeah, right into their bench too, right?
Yes, it was.
It's like, fuck all you guys. Yeah.
That's the guy that we drafted, so maybe he'll be that guy this year.
Yeah, I hope so. But Cardell Wilson, the reason I was bringing it up because he was there with you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look at the guys he's surrounding himself by. The guy to his left and the guy to his right.
He's going to make a bigger step this year because the guy to his left.
Well, Orlando, so the thing I was worried about Bolson was you look at the top guards in the league are usually like 6'4", even 6'3" at times. And I think he's like Orlando Brown said he's by far the biggest guard I've ever played against and all that. So that was just my only concern. But I have no doubt in my mind he's gonna move forward this year because he just has that work mentality. I mean, like I said, such a good guy meeting him and all that. Like I say, I have no doubt in my mind he's going to succeed because he's got, like Dusty, you just said, he's got Brown on one side and Karras on the other side. I mean,
and he's spending time with them. Like that is like that's an underrated thing. Build that chemistry with the guys you're going to be in the trenches with. Build the chemistry off the field too. I mean, what could it hurt?
Hey, let me tell you, when I get those pictures, you made the comment, Dale, like I get all up in that shit like I fucking got a search warrant. I put my arm around them and everything. I don't just stand there for a picture.
I'm pretty sure you had a hand on an ass.
I did. I got my hand on an ass, but I'll tell you what, I put my arm around Cordell Volson, and that motherfucker, you could just tell, just touching him, he's dense.
But like I said, Dale,
he is fucking solid.
But
like
Dale,
wrapping your arm around a fucking statue, man, made out of concrete. That guy is a brick.
Yes, he is.
And he's thick as fuck, man. Like out of all of them, Greg, the chest size. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were to look from the side view,
right?
I bet you he could outbench both of them.
Exactly.
Well, seems like a good place to end it. Greg, do you have something there?
What's like I said, everybody that was at that event, everybody that I just saw there, Pork Chop, Cap, everybody there was just so fired up. The fans were fired up. You can just tell the fans are ready for the season, man. I mean, the fan base is just ready to lit up, man. I just can't, like you just said, Dale, you're fired for the season.
I'm ready, man. It's going to be fun.
Ready. Buddy, it's like to quote that one country song, ready, set, let's roll.
Well, that's all the country songs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Covering up the bottom faces, but you want to check out bengalsandbrews.sellfy.store, Chuck Sizzle shirts, Glass Eater security shirts, Boston Bobcat shirts even, Bengals and Brews shirts, koozies, hats. We've got all that on our store online. Check it
that
out.
Chuck Sizzle shirt looks even better in person wearing it.
By the way, that lady, man, we just saw her. I'm like, oh man, I gotta take a picture of this. And
Well,
she
had tagged us as well, and I was like, hell yeah! So I knew she was going. She was like, oh, new shirt, and I'm going down there. And I was
she said if you guys ever want to model, she says let her know and all that and stuff for the shirts.
Yeah.
So
I should have wore my Can Titty Guy shirt.
We could have had all kinds of great representatives.
Yeah.
Hey, we already did. Greg represented. I don't know the lady's name because she doesn't go by her name on Twitter. But thank you to her.
Right.
Thank you to Greg, obviously representing with the shirts down there. Hey, we're trying to put out some fire shirts, right?
Yeah, Dale. Just
they come in quick too.
Shout out to UPS, man. All I can tell you is say, Dale, shout out to UPS. Like I said, I was out the door thinking that shirt's not coming in on time, and I saw that sitting there. I'm like, hell no, that shirt's. I'm representing down there, man. It was awesome.
That's all Houday Joe. He paid for the store. You know, he thought, hey, let's try to do some merch, and he likes to design some stuff on the side. You know, my dumb computer ass ain't designing this shit. I try, and he turns it down every time when I have.
He doesn't like your designs.
It's like stick figures and
stick figures. Yes.
Like, how do you
I'll
turn
buy a
this
stick figure shirt.
I look like someone's child that drew a picture of him. You know,
kindergarten.
Bro, have your students do it for you. There's got to be somebody with artistic skill, right? Maybe.
They're great. Last week of school, by the way. So yeah,
there you go, man.
I know my kid. One of them's already done, and one of them's got a test the day after tomorrow, and then finished. And then I got 2 seniors after that. One more year. I can't wait to get them all out of school.
Yep.
Yeah, I got one that's turning in senior next year, and one that'll be in 8th grade. So.
Yep.
I feel like my part is done once I get them graduated.
Yep. I'm still dealing with student workers, but hey, I'm putting them to work.
Matt bought three shirts. I appreciate that, man.
Awesome.
I hope you like them. That's the thing, you know.
Matt, I hope you like getting fucking laid, because when you walk around in that shirt, goddamn.
It's true. Yeah,
you better fucking also buy some condoms. You're going to walk around in a shirt like that. You're going to have a bunch of little Matts running around. You guys ought to give away a fucking condom with every shirt, because you're going to fucking need them, or else you're going to be paying child support. Walk around that goddamn Chuck Sizzle shirt, man. You're fucking getting laid that night. You know what I'm saying?
Pork Chop, I fucking love you.
You're the man, Pork Chop.
That's why I don't wear the goddamn shirt down there like I'm married. I can't have all them fucking women fucking with me.
Hey, Chop, man, tell them what you thought about Condado tacos. Remember, I was talking forever, and you tried them.
Greg, I ordered the fucking shit at work the next day, too. I waited 50 fucking minutes for my tacos worth the wait, and then I went to work the next day, and I ordered them bitches again. And I might order them tonight.
Enough said. Thank you.
Well, you got to walk around with a condom on your dick, Matt.
That's right. You got to get you some fucking Trojans, and be prepared when you wear that fucking shirt out, man. You get a shirt from Bengals and Brews, I'm telling you, you're not going to have not one fucking lonely night. You might want to have a shirt in spare just to wear when you're fucking tired. Maybe you want to go to bed, put on a different shirt.
Or Chop, you have to go to work. You're just promoting the hell out of us. Yeah. I'm trying to get off here because you're the one who has to go to work.
I know. I'm supposed to get in the shower.
All right, get your fucking dirty ass in the shower.
Love you guys.
Houday, guys.
Houday.